Hi, my name is Jeremy Worley, and I'm one of the owners at the Injury and Disability Law Center. I wanted to take a few minutes and introduce myself to you and tell you a little bit about what I do. I was on a trip recently, and I was in this area where there happened to be a lot of lawyer advertising. And particularly, there was a lot of personal injury billboards in that area. And I saw billboards for law tigers and lions and a law hawk attorney and even a gorilla lawyer. And I thought to myself, people these days, when you tell them you are a personal injury attorney, I think they have these images of this aggressive marketing and these billboards of aggressiveness and fighting. And I tend to take a little bit of a different approach in my practice. And I wanted to explain why I do that. This is a deeply personal issue for me because years ago I was in a very serious car accident. My soon-to-be wife and I, at that time, were in a very serious accident going 70 miles per hour in which we flipped multiple times. And I keep a picture of what our vehicle looked like after we stopped rolling. And I do that because I'll never forget what it felt like in that moment when the car stopped flipping. The sounds, the smells, the sight of there was blood, and it was one of the scariest days of my life. And I just remember thinking I just wanted to go back about 15 seconds in time to when life was normal and I knew what life in the future was going to be like. But in that moment, life had completely changed as a result of this accident, and I was scared. I was scared because I didn't know what the future would look like. And so when it came time for me to choose a practice area in my professional career, I knew I wanted to help victims of accidents because I had been in those shoes. I knew what it was like to sit in that car after an accident and be fearful for the future. And so when people ask me what I do, I tell them I'm a personal injury attorney. But what I really do is I try to help make life better for the injured. And for those that have been in accidents, I try and help you get your life back. And I do this by hearing your story. We sit down and we talk about those things in your life that are most important to you. And we figure out those things that are causing you the most stress. In fact, one of the questions I often ask is, what are the things that are keeping you up at night? Because that tells me those are the issues we need to address for this person. See, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. We hear your story and then we create a custom solution to help you. And so I'd love to hear your story. I'd love to find out if we're a good fit to help you after an accident. Because sometimes maybe it's just you feel like you aren't even being treated fairly and you just need help. And at the Injury and Disability Law Center, that's what we do. We want to give you help and we want to give you hope. So thanks for allowing me a few minutes to tell you about my story. I'd love to hear your story.